Hi friends, I'm Scott Giles, minister and hypnotist, and welcome to Power Talk, my video blog where I cover topics that interest me, but always focusing on how you can use the power of your mind to take control of your life. If you want to know more about my professional work or sign up for my free e-newsletter Power Lines, check out my website, which I'll tag in the description. Well, today I want to talk about a philosophical theme that comes from ancient Stoic philosophy. The idea comes from the philosopher Epictetus, born into slavery in about the year 50. He lived in Rome and ultimately won his freedom. However, in the year 93, the Emperor Domitian banished all the philosophers from Rome because they were critical of his government. Epictetus traveled to Greece where he founded a school of philosophy. He was a simple man with few possessions. He married late in life and adopted a daughter who had been an orphan. One of the philosophical points that Epictetus made was that everything has what he called two handles. Here are the exact words he wrote, translated into English. Every event has two handles, one by which it can be carried, and one by which it can't. If your brother does you wrong, don't grab it by his wronging, because this is the handle incapable of lifting it. Instead, use the other, that he is your brother, that you were raised together, and then you will have hold of the handle that carries. Now, by this, what he meant is that it's usually possible to look at something and find a practical and useful way to regard it. Or you can just be negative and cynical and just sort of dismiss it. He recommends that as a point in the philosophical life, one should always seek to regard things appropriately in a practical and useful way that might move the circumstances forward. For example, imagine you've had a career reversal. You got demoted, you got fired, you were passed over for a promotion, the bonus sucked, whatever. Something really bad happened to you. Well, even this has two handles, and you will end up selecting one of them by the mental attitude you take toward the circumstance. If you just get angry or sad or worried, if you just shut down, if you let it demotivate you, you have selected the handle that does not serve you well, that doesn't carry, to use Epictetus' metaphor. You've chosen the handle that will not let you carry events forward. Your decision can make your career stall, your relationship stall, it can suck the joy in life out of you, it can make you less than you were. But there is another handle. You can use the misfortune to motivate you to give something else a try. You look for a new job, or you look for a new partner, or you decide that the criticism is valid and you genuinely seek to improve. If you've done that, you've chosen the handle that carries. You will take this thing, whatever it was, and carry it into the future as something that makes you more. I see this all the time in my work with people coping with a scary medical diagnosis. Some people will use it as motivation to make long-desired changes. They improve their lifestyle. They find a therapist or a coach. I've seen people change careers or ask themselves deep questions and become spiritual or philosophical. Their diagnosis had two handles. They could have become upset and sad by choosing the handle that doesn't carry, or they could choose the handle that does carry and find a way to use the diagnosis for some positive purpose. We are heading into a national election here in the United States, and everyone agrees it's going to be nasty. Our nation is polarized between two ways of viewing things, so this election will likely have two handles. One handle could split people even farther apart, could make people even more angry, could lead to violence. But there is another handle, one that carries. We can remember that we're all citizens of a common republic, and that means no one gets their way all the time, and that we can disagree without being disagreeable. That's the handle that will carry. The old philosopher Epictetus was right. Pretty much everything has two handles. One that carries and lets us move forward, and one that does not carry and keeps us about where we are. I know which handle I always try to choose. Hey, thank you for your time and attention today. I'll be back next week with another talk on a different subject. I'd like to invite you to join me. It helps me a lot if you let others know about my videos, so please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. If you're wondering if I can be of help to you, feel free to reach out through my website for a free, no-obligation screening call, and we'll talk about it. Have a great week.